We're going to make a little fun set of predictions for the clay season. Not going to go into every single clay event, just the main masters and obviously Roland-Garros, and just think about who's going to do well and maybe who's not going to have such great clay season. Are you ready? Have you put some thought into your predictions, both of you?
But maybe too much thought.
Go to Chris first. I need as much time as possible.
He's going to wing it.
Right. Okay. Who's your one to beat in the clay season? I guess, ideally a man and a woman cover both tours. But who are you watching mostly?
Well, Sebastian Baez for me is the obvious answer for this one. But if I can't say him, I'll say Alcaraz. And I do think the one to beat's got to be Sabalenka. I really do think she's going to have a great shot at doing not just the Sunshine Double, but maybe the Channel Slam. Could be interesting.
Oh, okay. We're going onto the grass as
well. Yeah, sorry,
then.
we're on the clay. I'm on the stick to the surface. I also put Coco Gauff, I did say, because she's so great on clay, so consistent in the numbers.
French
and the
Open
defending champion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so hard to defend a slam, though, isn't it?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, on recent form, I'm sticking with Sinner. I think as well the disappointment of last year. I think he did so well to turn that around and win Wimbledon. I think he's going to kind of mentally do that again and get his Roland-Garros title.
Oh, and the Grand Slam with it.
Career
Grand Slam.
And the career Grand Slam with it, yeah. And then I think for the ladies, obviously Sabalenka in terms of consistency, but it's really hard, I think, with the ladies because I don't have full confidence Sabalenka would win the French, but I think she could pick up a couple of the Masters.
Joel?
TBC on that one. Joel?
I've got to be boring and just go Sinner and Sabalenka. They've proven it at the Sunshine Double. Their games are very good, moving from hard to clay. So I think they're just going to carry that form through, and I think they're going to be the two to beat. Along with Fran Cerundolo. If Chris has got Sebastian Baez, I've got to go for Cerundolo.
We're more partial to an Argentinian than Alina at this point.
I'll go for Darderi while we're at it.
Oh yes.
Yes.
What about ones to kind of watch, like new faces? Or anyone in particular?
I was just thinking, I've not really gone for new faces for ones to watch.
Okay, or old faces. Any surprises? Dark horses. Let's lump this in with dark horses.
Well, I went ones to watch. I said all eyes are going to be on Iga to see how she responds again. I think that'll be very interesting. And I also said ones to watch, but I'll be watching Gael Monfils play his final clay season. I'm hoping we get a night session on Chatrier. So I think that's where some of the fireworks will be, is kind of the question marks as well as the send-offs and goodbyes. I think that's where the real excitement will be.
I mean, I've put, dare I say Fonseca to see
I don't think you should be allowed to say his name,
he does
Kim.
something. Maybe he'll do something really sporting and Laureus worthy.
Oh, maybe he'll win the Laureus Award in Madrid.
Maybe he'll win
where
it.
it happens, yeah.
And then
that'll be a dark horse win for sure.
Yeah, I've also put Iga Jovic. I mean, she's sort of on my watch list for the year. Talia Gibson had a great, recent few weeks. So could we get surprise names like her, Hailey Baptiste? I feel like there's some emerging names out there. But I've also put Djokovic because he'd got to the final of the AO. So what is he going to bring at Roland-Garros?
Well, we've not seen much from him, have we? There's always a question mark,
but. He's always there. We can't count him out. Joel?
I've gone Daniel Medvedev. I think he's had a pretty good, last few months on the tour.
Is this in a Klaverdev capacity? Is this a positive or a negative?
Yeah, he's getting back to his old self, but his form, I was looking at his clay form over the last few seasons. It's obviously not been, it's been quite up and down. It's been quite unpredictable. So that's why I've got my eyes on Medvedev, because I think maybe he could do something this
Never dull, is it? I mean, sometimes he wins Rome and other times he has a Lacoste Roland-Garros collab that goes out in round one and ends up in the budget bin.
I've got to also add Casper Ruud, because we're not going to be able to watch him in the grass court season because, he's going to be off playing golf and taking that.
Probably, maybe he's on pat leave.
Maybe out in the pram, yeah.
But yeah, Casper Ruud, I think is in he's in a little bit of a dangerous spot, I think, because again, a player who's got great ability, won Madrid last year, I believe, against Jack Draper. So got some ranking points to defend coming up. So I think I've got eyes on him. Yeah. I'm trying to think anyone else from the women's side. Maybe Mira Andreeva, just because, again, not in the greatest of form at the moment. And yeah, gonna be a bit of a testing time, I think, for her.
Might find it difficult to find her clay legs. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, I had her down as someone who was going to have a struggling clay season, and I also put Lois Boisson down for having a difficult clay season because she did so well last
big
year.
Ranking drop.
Just difficult season. She's not played this year, has she?
Yeah, I don't think she is going to be able to, obviously reach the same height, sadly. So, yeah.
I think that's very fair.
Chris, anyone that you think is going to majorly struggle?
I mean, I know that Musetti has a lot of points to defend, an awful lot of points. He played some incredible matches. And I remember asking him in press about it. He said he never thought he'd have a clay season like he had leading into Paris. So I think there's going to be a big question mark there as to if he can step up and play as well as he did. I also, Osaka's got some big points to defend. She's got the 125 title that she picked up was it St. Malo previously. So I'm also thinking maybe she might be finding it a bit difficult generally to find her form. So
I think she's struggling to find motivation based on some of her.
The quotes haven't been great, have they? Yeah.
And Joel, any more from you? Anyone struggling?
Well, I'm thinking Taylor Fritz. He's already, I think, dropped out of. I think he was scheduled to play this week. I think in Houston, he's dropped out.
Out of Monte-Carlo as well, yeah.
Out of Monte-Carlo. I mean, he's just having these injuries with his knee. It's not been, it's not been great for him recently. I feel like he's been playing not at 100%, and clay is not a great surface to be going on to for your knees. So I think it's going to be quite a tricky time for Taylor Fritz. And I've put Iga Swiatek in there.
You don't have faith in Francisco Roy.
You had to jump on the Swiatek bandwagon. You saw what happened at Wimbledon.
That is true. It is interesting. I think when the pressure is off Swiatek, there's an argument to say that is when she is at her most dangerous. And the fact that she's now number 4 in the rankings, it might motivate her even more. So
she wants her title
to be proved
back.
wrong.
Yeah,
she's
won it 4 times, Roland-Garros. So we know she can do it. I think it's 4 times, isn't it?
It is 4 times, yeah.
It is. Okay, what about bold prediction quickly for the clay season?
Oh, goodness. I've gone Darderi to make the semis of the French Open. And
Darderi?
Yes, I believe that will happen.
Baez to reach the final?
Yes, I believe that will also happen. And I said Svitolina wins in Paris as a bold prediction.
That would be nice.
I would love that. I really would. So I'm willing it with my bold prediction. I hope a Madison Keys bold prediction happens this time, but who knows?
I went for the fact we won't have a Sinner Alcaraz final in Paris.
Oh.
I don't know who.
Oh, actually, no. Well, maybe she'll reveal as time goes on.
I don't know. It could be Djokovic. It could be a first-time finalist. Could be Jaume Munar. Haven't said his name today.
Munar. It's been a while since we've said his name on the pod. Yeah, recovering well, I think.
Going out of favour. Yeah. What about yourself, Joel? Anything rogue?
I've got Yannick Sinner doesn't drop a set until the French Open. As my bold prediction.
Plausible.
I mean, is that bold? You love this. You're like, Yannick Sinner does the Sunshine Double. I'm like, that seems quite likely.
My real bold prediction is Naomi Osaka's going to defend her San Melo 125 title.
Honestly, she might win Rouen as well. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to her outfit. Let's see what she brings. Okay. And what about our champions? So we've got Monte-Carlo for the men. We've got Madrid and Rome for both, and then obviously Roland-Garros. So
who is playing Monte-Carlo? Are we expecting Sinner and Alcaraz at Monte-Carlo?
Sinner is very much a Monte-Carlo player. Alcaraz tends to play it as well.
Okay.
I think it's some of the middle of the bunch might not be there, because I've gone for Sinner winning Monte-Carlo. Madrid, Alcaraz is going to win because he's practicing in his favourite football stadium.
In the Bernabeu, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then I've got Sinner winning Rome at home because he got close last year and he hadn't even been playing tennis competitively at that point. So that's what I've gone for the men.
I've gone for the same as you. I think Alcaraz will get... Yeah, I think Alcaraz will get the Madrid one because often the winner of that is different because of the altitude in Madrid anyway. And I think the fact that I think they're going to both win their home events.
You don't always play them all, do you, either?
No, exactly. So we'll see. Could see the likes of, I don't know, Zverev. He's done quite well in Madrid before. He could pick one up. And for the women, I've gone Sabalenka in Madrid and Rybakina in Rome.
Ooh, what have I gone for? I've gone Sabalenka Madrid. She does well there. And I've gone for Coco Gauff in Rome. So Joel, please tell us that you haven't gone Sinner and Sabalenka for everything.
It's hard not to, but I've got Yannick Sinner for Monte-Carlo. I've gone Rybakina in Madrid.
Big serving,
yeah, big serving, altitude. I think I've got Zverev as well for Madrid. I think he could do quite well. And then Rome is interesting. I've just put Novak Djokovic and Iga Swiatek.
Oh, I like that.
Tasty.
That would be good. Yeah, you're back on the Swiatek. I mean, train having
just went from
literally just
5
jumped
minutes
off
later.
She's going to find her clay legs by Rome.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Fair play.
That's how loaded the Stuttgart draw is.
Yeah.
So who's winning Roland-Garros then? I've gone for Yannick Sinner.
Same.
And I've gone for Victoria Mboko picking up a maiden slam.
Not a bad guess.
Not mentioned her today, but I just think often it's players.
Yeah, she did qualify
on
previously.
The periphery, and she might just go and do it.
I actually went very boring, Joel. Sabalenka
It's got to be. Yeah, it's just got to be. Like, I just can't imagine Sabalenka playing so well and so dominantly.
Oh, this is going to age bad.
The thing is, Joel, she's got so many finals and not won them.
She has.
She can lose to anybody.
I feel like she's answered her critics, though, in the Sunshine.
How? She's got one Grand Slam title at the moment.
Just with like
current
responding,
holding,
defeating Rybakina, saving match point. Feel like she was composed in dicey situations. So I've gone Sinner and Sabalenka as well.
Okay, interesting.
Boring, but I think it to be expected, but also a little bit unexpected. I mean, Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, I don't know. Feel like the pressure is on him. The ranking points certainly are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with my guns though. I thought Sinner was going to win the first 2 titles of the year, and then Alcaraz would pick up Wimbledon, US Open. So I've kind of not really gone off that based on what we've seen so far. But I do think we talked about it earlier. Who's going to be the number one at the end of the clay season?
Sinner.
I think we clean sweep Sinner.
Be Yannick Sinner.
Yeah,
the numbers are in his favour.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listeners, let us know. Do you agree with what we've just said there? I mean, lots can change.
Even Joel's answers changed as we went through.
5 minutes apart, they can change.
Oh, I forgot about Bianca Andreescu. That's my
dark horse. Yeah, very good.
Nice.